The Kansas City Chiefs just trolled the Buffalo Bills again, signed a former first-round draft pick. We're going to talk about that. How we doing, NFL fans? Let's talk some football tonight. We're going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs signing a corner that could help this depleted secondary. That'll be freaking awesome. You guys do us a favor, hit that like button real quick. Let's get this out to more people. Have a good time tonight. And I want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Mike, Kyre Elam?
Kyre Elum.
Kyre Elum.
I thought when the draft happened, Kyre Elum was a guy that we had put on the Chiefs late in that first round. And we didn't love it. We were like, look, people were saying Kyre Elam was the guy. We didn't love it. We were like, let's not take a corner.
I think I was thinking about this earlier. I think if you go back to my draft predictions, I think I might have had a stake at Kyre Elam
you did,
at the end of the first round.
I think you had him at the end of the first round, but we didn't love it. We still, even this year, we're like, let's not take a corner too early. We develop.
Yeah, but that was like pick 30 or something like that.
Yeah, that's the one. Brett Veach jumped the Bills, took Trent McDuffie, pretty much trolled them. They get a 5th-round pick out of Elam. We get a 1st-round pick out of McDuffie, and we end up with the same guy that everybody thought we should have picked anyway, which is hilarious.
Pretty wild.
I like the pick not the pick, but I like the signing for the fact that we do need people in the room. He is a veteran. He should fit this mold, and the fact that Spag's system and Dave Merritt will help his growth. Now, has he performed well in the NFL? Not at all. He's been very much just bland, mediocre, below average. But, man, I tell you what, the Chiefs are a team that can sometimes get the best out of players, and he's got all the physical traits. So I don't hate it. If he doesn't make the team, the Chiefs don't lose anything. If he turns out to be good, what a steal.
Kind of reminds me of that DeAndre Baker situation. Do you remember that?
Yes, exactly, 100%.
That's what it is. They went and they got a first-round draft pick that just hadn't lived up to the billing, and maybe we can pull them in here and make something out of them. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, but real quick, Mike, Pops is in the house gifting out 5 memberships. Let's freaking go, old man.
Let's go.
Shout out
right tonight.
John, Ricks, Blaze, Weeble, Sithy, and Cecilia. Welcome to the crew. Let's freaking go.
Let's go.
Appreciate you, old man. He also had a question real quick, and since he gifted out some memberships, I'm going to answer this question real quick. Real quickly, and then I'm going to talk about Kaiir freaking Elam. But old man asked a question here. He said, guys, how mad are you going to be when Veach drafts Keldrick Falk with the 9th pick and Bailey is still sitting there?
Dude, if that happened, I would look, I don't condone violence or rioting, but I think that would be a cause to burn some stuff down.
That sounds like a great pick for me to poop on.
For me to poop on. Hey, let me tell you something. If there's anybody in the world that probably thinks Keldrick Falk is better than Ruben Bain or David Bailey,
it's Brett Veach.
It's not Brett Veach. It's
Steve Spagnuolo, yeah.
Spags is like, wait, do I want the sports car or shall I take this sweet minivan with 200,000 miles on it?
Right. So, yeah, the Chiefs signed Kaiir Elam to a 1-year prove-it deal. He's going to join Kader Kohu as a primary veteran addition to that secondary during this free agency period. The thing about Kaiir Elam, Mike, is he's had a rocky journey, like you mentioned. He's played for 3 teams so far, the Buffalo Bills, Dallas Cowboys, and Tennessee Titans, before landing with the Kansas City Chiefs now. And while he has elite physical traits, he's just struggled with consistency and penalties. That's his big thing. If you go back and watch his college tape, Mike, he was a shutdown corner. Like, I tell you what, it's funny because they talk about his 4.3 speed, his length, how good he is in man coverage. It's literally like they're talking about Mansour Delaney. If you go back and look at how they were talking about Kaiir Elam and how they're talking about Delaney now, it's almost word for word. It's weird when you start looking at it. But here was the problem. He actually had an issue in Florida with penalties. He's a physical man coverage corner, which is what Spags loves, by the way. Think L'Jarius Sneed. He just gets a ton of penalties. He did in college. Well, guess what? He brought that with him to the NFL. He struggled a bit. maybe they could figure out how to get the best out of this guy. So far, no dice. But I mean, in college, dude, he had 6 interceptions, 20 passes defended. I think he only allowed 18 receptions, like his entire stint at Florida. So I mean, he was known as this shutdown guy, and just didn't translate when Buffalo drafted him. And here's the thing about it, Mike. Not only did the Chiefs jump in front of Buffalo and draft Trent McDuffie because that's the guy they wanted, but then the Bills freaked out and they actually traded up to draft Kyre Elum because they thought somebody else was going to grab him before them. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So they double screwed Buffalo, and then we ended up with him anyway. So that's pretty wild. But I'm with you. I don't hate this signing at all. I actually think it's smart. It's definitely DeAndre Baker 2.0, like Marcus says in the chat. But it's a low-risk, high-reward thing. And that's what Brett Veach does. He is known to do this, dude. How many guys have we went out and signed because they were high draft picks, high ceiling, and they hadn't turned out in the first year or two? So many. It's just Brett Veach's MO. And like you say all the time, leopard don't change their spots. He's going to do exactly what he's been doing. Hopefully this one turns out.
Yeah, look, I think today doesn't change what the Chiefs do in the draft. I don't think it prevents you from taking any corner, except for number 9. I think Kyre Elam is a way to say, look, we're not taking a corner at number 9. We are not going to take Monsieur Delaney. Like you said, Monsieur Delaney, that's the one that they say kind of fits this Kyre Elam, specific thing. Like, he's very good on the boundary. He's has a press man specialist. He excels at getting his hands on wide receivers. He's long limb. He's got good recovery speed. It's Kyre Elam in a way. I don't think he's as physical as Kyre Elum was coming out of Florida. Not even in the slightest. I don't think he was as physical as Kyre Elum. So it just shows you how sometimes all those traits don't really pan over to the NFL. And maybe, I don't know if it's just Kyre Elam's not good enough, or maybe he just didn't fit with what the Bills wanted to do and he struggled. He did look okay with the Cowboys. I don't remember his time with the Titans too much. I couldn't tell you what he did. But overall, in the last few years, he's never scored above a 58 in a PFF grade. Never. He's never had a coverage grade over a 59. We know for a fact 60 was average. So he's not even hit average yet in the NFL. So all those traits in college did not translate. He was a first-round pick. This is what we keep telling people. Just because there's a ton of traits does not mean they're automatically going to be a Pro Bowler. It does not work out that way. That's why I tend to not want to take Monsieur Delaney at number 9. I would rather take a bigger position of need and keep grabbing guys kind of like Kyre Elam, see if we can develop them, or grab some guys late. There's some guys that kind of remind me a little bit besides Monsieur Delaney. I think Brandon Cisse out of South Carolina at pick 29. He is very similar to Kyre Elam. I think Colton Hood is very similar to Kyre Elam. I've started to come around on Colton Hood. I didn't really like Colton Hood. The more I watch him, I think he's got a really high athletic ceiling, and I think he does a really good job of getting his hands on people in press coverage, and he's got great makeup speed. He showed that to Tennessee Pro Day. I was actually more impressed with Hood than I was Jermon McCoy. So maybe they're saying, look, we could go out and get a Cisse or a Hood, team them up with Kyre Elam, or if we don't get those guys, at least we got a guy like Kyre Elam that's going to be in the locker room and helping, the press guys on the outside, because Fulton just can't stay on the field, it seems.
Well, that's kind of where I wanted to take this. I think it's a smart signing for a couple of reasons. Why? Because, first of all, he had a really high ceiling he hasn't hit. And we have great defensive back coaches who always develop corners. So I think it's a smart risk to take. Like I said, it's kind of low risk, high reward. I mean, if it doesn't turn out, I doubt they're investing serious money into this guy. It's a 1-year prove-it deal. So big deal. It happened. You had some depth for a year, right? That's the worst case scenario. But also something that Kyre Elam has done that a lot of our corners, these young guys have not, which, I mean, most of them have, but like if we were to draft some, I should say. Because I think that we're still going to draft a corner or two. I'd almost bet it.
Yeah, we'll draft.
So you want a veteran in the locker room with those guys, like you just mentioned. Kyre Elam has played playoff football. He did with the Buffalo Bills. He picked off Pat Mahomes in the AFC Championship game, or the wild card game. I can't remember which year it was. He turned around, picked off the Steelers, I think, right after that. He had 2 interceptions in the playoffs. So this kid has played in meaningful football.
That may be his only 2 picks in his entire career so far.
Man, I don't know. Hopefully it's a good fit. Hopefully they can get something out of it. and I like it. And I think that it makes total sense when you have a depleted secondary. And also, you're kind of padding it up. Like I mentioned, you went and got Kader Kohu, who I think could be a nice little slot corner. And then you also, you padded up the secondary also with Alohi Gilman in the safety position. And now you've gone out, you get Kyre Elam. So now when you're going into the draft, you're not so dependent on getting cornerbacks. I still think they're going to draft one here or there, Charles Demings. But if they don't, it's not a huge deal. They're still working on it. They can get 1, 2, and they'll be good to go, So I kind of think it's the same thing that Brett Veach likes to do every year. He positions the roster right before the draft to where it's, hey, I'm going to go get the guys I like. I'm going to get the best players available, and I don't have to be pressed to one position that I have to get. And I think that's what Brett Veach's trying to do. If you see them make a move on a vet edge rusher before the NFL draft, which I think the only one still hanging around is probably Cam Jordan, somebody like that, then you're really going to see what Brett Veach is doing, because he's like, hey, I'm just going to take the best player available here if he does that. Because right now, I think the only position that they need to get in this draft, is probably an edge rusher.
Yeah, they've not even touched him. A few more things about Kyre Elam. In 2025, he allowed a passer rating of 114.1. That was ranked 99th overall in the NFL. Not the best. He allowed 30 receptions on 49 targets. That's not the worst. 14.1 yards per reception. That ranked 21st. That means when he's beat, it's for pretty significant yardage. Run defense, he graded out at a 55.5. That ranked him 76th. So he's not the worst. He's very much a middle-of-the-pack guy. He's got high upside. I think they're just betting on Dave Merritt, Steve Spagnuolo, and that quarterback factory they've got working back there. The same guys that made Charvarius Ward a good football player, that made Rashawn Breeland serviceable, that turned L'Jarius Sneed into a really good football player. I think that they're seeing, look, we can do this maybe in our system. Our system tends to make corners look pretty good pretty quick. Noel Williams last year, if you'd put Noel Williams on any other roster, I don't know if he would have come in and looked as good as he did when he played. There were times he was leading PFF as the number one corner in football. And again, it's just the way Spags wants these guys to do, especially his boundary guys, is to be physical, to get up on them, to press, to hold, to push. They'll sometimes get called, but they're usually very physical out there. And if our pass rush can get home, these quarterbacks can't fit those balls in those tight windows. They don't have a lot of time to do it. That's why we got to get this pass rush going.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the truth right there. Everybody knows it. Just one more thing on Kyre Elam real quick, Mike, and then we can move on to some other stuff or get to the chat or whatever we want to do. But I did dig into Kyre Elam a little bit today, right after you told me that the Chiefs had signed him. And I actually found some stuff from, I guess, what people would call insiders, the kind of people in that Kyre Elam camp, family members, friends, stuff like that. And it has been floated around that Kyre Elam just had no confidence in the NFL, that he wasn't put in a position, and he's just felt a little off the whole time. If you go back to Florida, Mike, he was known as an alpha corner. Dude was top dog, talking trash, very, very confident. Maybe if they can get him back out there and get a little bit of confidence in him and get his head back in that alpha corner thing, maybe they can get some stuff out of it. It's a possibility. You never know. A lot of the game can be mental. And when you go into into the league, that's a huge step from college, and maybe you weren't put in the best position, and maybe that can mess with you a little bit. You never know. So just little things like that.
The Chiefs do let corners stay on an island and get beat an awful lot. They don't really mess with you. Unless your name's Josh Williams. Then you just don't get a chance. But other than
don't
that,
get on the field.
Nazeeh Johnson, he got beat like a drum time and time again. And if Spags had ultimate confidence, it wouldn't surprise me if they don't bring him back. Oh, Chamari, let's not even talk about it. I don't think he's ever won a rep.
No,
and
this guy's never come off the field. Let's freaking go. Guys, appreciate you being here. Do us a favor, hit that like button. Let's get this out to more people. And if you haven't subscribed to us yet, what are you waiting for? We are the #1 independent Chiefs channel on YouTube. Mark it down. Let's freaking go. Mike Grayskull with a 10 bomb. Says 3 weeks until draft. Haven't been this excited for the draft in a long time. Let's freaking go. Man, so Grayskull, I can't remember how old you are right now. I know you've probably told us before, but everyone that's an old school Chiefs fan knows draft season used to be our Super Bowl. We loved it. But then we started winning Super Bowls. We were like big boys.
We won the actual Super Bowl.
Yeah, we won the actual Super Bowl. So the draft kind of it was still exciting, but it wasn't the same. It didn't have the same mystique as it used to. But now that we sucked last year and we have a top 10 pick, which we haven't had in a long time, It is pretty damn exciting. And then also with Brett Veach having a lot of draft capital, there's a lot of possibilities in this draft, man. It could be fun. I think he'll be moving up the boards mostly and trying to grab the guys that he wants to get. So I think it's going to be a really fun draft, man. I appreciate the 10 bomb.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. I'm excited about this draft, Steve. I'm excited to get here. I'm supposed to have some kind of like a minor in-office procedure done, and they wanted to do it on the day of the draft. And I said, no.
Nay.
We'll do that a month later. So we're going to put that off.
We are going to be live during the entire draft. That's what we do.
I don't have time for that kind of stuff. So we got to move it along. But I'm excited for the draft, man. I'm excited to see what Brett Veach does. I think he's setting – it's fun to see us with the top 10 pick. And we don't know how it's going to be. I mean, Brett Veach even said the other day to Peter Schrager, like, you don't know what those top 9 picks are going to be. We've even put that into a what is it? We put it in AI, and AI crunched the numbers and said there could be 1 billion plus possibilities of how that draft could go. Now, look, there's not going to get guys that's rated number 420 is going to be in the top 10. So it's probably a little bit better than 1 billion, but it's way up there. And so it's going to be fun to see how the Chiefs navigate it. And I think Brett Veach, this could be the year people either decide Brett Veach is a great GM or they're going to just turn on him hardcore, because we can't have another draft that kind of last year, the year before, kind of flopped a little bit.
Well, I think after the way last season turned out, Mike, I've been preaching it for a couple of years, and you could back me up on this. I've been saying that Brett Veach was not active enough in free agency. Like, it was time to go get proven players at these positions that we needed, because they were relying heavily on the draft. Our free agency kind of sucked. I mean, if you go back to it, I think the best signings we ever had in free agency was probably, if you want to go offense, Sammy Watkins. If you go on defense, Honey Badger, Justin Reed. I mean, we never really done that much exciting stuff during free agency period, and we kind of let like proven players go to the wayside and just tried to hit in the draft. And I think that caught up with him a little bit. But this year he's come out, gunslinging.
We got one impact player. I'll give Tonga an impact too, and I think Gilman could have some decent.
I think that he made some really good signs. He was a lot more active in free agency than he had been, and I hope he carries it into a really good draft, man. Because Chiefs fans. We are a fickle bunch, and we are not very happy with how last season went, okay? So you need to make us happy, Brett Veach. Do some good stuff. Make us better. Scott Crosser says, do you think Elam could be converted into a safety? What do you think about that, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a possibility. He's fast. He can cover deep. I don't know if they'll try to do that, though. I think we just need some boundary kind of guys. We need guys, again, Christian Fulton couldn't stay on the field. I think at least you got a guy here that could come in and compete for that job with Christian Fulton. If you can't get a guy in the draft that you really want, or maybe like you said, Steve, maybe you get a Charles Demings, but he's coming out of Stephen F. Austin. Maybe it takes him a little while to get that level of play up. Yeah. He can have all the physical traits in the world. Sometimes they just don't translate. So if you can't get your Colton Hood at 29, if you can't get your, D'Angelo Pons at 40 or whoever you love, you may just have to roll with Kaiir Elam. And look, if he doesn't make the team and he struggles, it's no sweat off of Veach's old sack over here. He ain't really losing a lot.
No sweat off the sack. Pete here says, Mike, you're going for a hair transplant on the chest to keep up with me. That's your minor procedure.
Nah.
I don't know. We got that.
It's a little more cosmetic than that.
We got that Travis Kelce hairy chest going.
Yeah, we got that Big Yeti going.
There's a little bit of English in our family history, like Austin Powers. Yeah. So you have to have that old carpet chest, bub. So let's go, man. So here's what I really want to talk about. So the Kyre Elam thing, for everything that we talked about, I think it's a good signing. Now, does this change how the draft goes? Like, are there going to be less people saying we're taking Mansour Delaney at 9 now? Are there going to be less people screaming for Jamad McCoy? Or do you think that stays the same? Now, I know that Elam is not an impact player that is going to make people be like, oh, well, we're good at corner now. We don't need one. I'm not saying that, but do you think that takes a little bit of heat off of it where it's like, hey, maybe we could wait till pick 40 and grab a Pons or someone of that nature, say somebody like that?
Yeah, I think, again, I don't think it really affects it down the line, but I think taking a corner at 9 now feels weird. I always thought it felt a little weird. I always thought it was a little too rich. Again, not sold on McCoy just yet at 9. He looked okay at his pro day, but there were times where he did a back pedal drill, turned around. The hips looked fluid, but you could physically see him limping. He was favoring that need. Now, whether that was a subconscious mental thing or there was really some problems there, either way is not good because sometimes the mental thing is what holds you back a lot anyway. And so you don't need to take a guy that could struggle with this mentally and never get it back. So Delaney would be the only one, and I think he actually pronounces it Delayed. I've always said Delaney, and it sounds so much
Pretty
better
sure it's
than just
Delayed.
Delayed.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I've always done it too, though.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Monsoon, let's just call him Delayed. If that's his real name, I don't want to disrespect.
Let's just call him a Monsoon.
But Monsoon, George Monsoon. Who's the wrestler? Who's the wrestler that used to? Okay, anyway, Delayed would be the only one I would take at 9. And honestly, it still scares me a little bit. I don't know or think we need a corner at number 9 that high. I think Noel Williams done enough that he could be CB1 with the Chiefs.
Well, I'll throw out a bit of a hot take. It's probably not for a lot of people, but maybe to you. But I actually think if you push the medicals aside, I like Jamad McCoy better than Delaney.
The film is just as good or better. It's the medicals I can't get over.
Yeah, it's scary, right? It is scary. Obnoxious Gas says, what do you guys think of my mock? Bain at 9, Woods at 29, Blake Miller right tackle at 40, Keith Abney at 74, Ted Hurst at 109. Okay, so I'll say this. Peter Woods is not going to be there at pick 29.
You know, you say that, and I kind of believe it too, but a lot of people are still ranking this guy really low.
I think that Peter Woods will be the first defensive tackle off the board, and then Lee Hunter might even be gone before 29. That's what I think.
I could see that. But if he does get there, I like it. That's
Blake Miller,
great.
He is Clemson's tackle, right?
Yes.
He's good. He's decent. I wouldn't be mad at that at 40, but I would rather maybe move up a couple picks and get Max Ionator. Like,
if he don't go in the first round.
He could, though. He very well could. So
I like Abney.
Keith Abney, if you were to be able to get Abney at 74, I think that's a really good value on him. Teddy Hurst, probably, let's see, 109 would be what, 4th round? That's about right.
It's a
possibility. Could go in the 3rd.
All these guys could go early.
A lot of hype with Teddy Hurst.
Like, I've seen Blake Miller talked about round 1. I've seen, you know what I mean? So all these, that's the thing about mocks. Mocks are hard. You don't know how the NFL is going to pick. So all you can do is take what's available in the mock that you're using, and that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's weird, though, doing that. I went and, we've been using PFF's mock draft simulator. Well, I was kind of doing some exercises with it last night, and I switched it to Trevor Sikkema's top 100.
Yeah.
Bro, for Trevor Sikkema to be everybody's...
Was it worse?
Dude, it was a weird top 100.
What is Trevor Sikkema's top 100? I'm going to go find it.
Hey, we might have to do a draft with it here in a minute. Let's do it here in a minute, and we'll see how weird it is.
Use Trevor's top 100?
Yes, and they don't grade it or anything because it's not PFF's model, so they won't grade it. But you'll get to see how strange his top 100 is. And here's the thing about it. Trevor Sikkema knows football, but that just shows you how different it is from person to person when you just make a top 100. So a lot of these guys get stuck in their head like, hey, this guy is going to be a 3rd-round draft pick. No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Right.
Other people have it graded completely different. I saw in chat earlier, and I can't find it. I'm sorry. Somebody asked if we think we'll get L'Jarius Sneed back on the Chiefs. I don't. I think that boat has sailed. He got a lot of off-field issues going on. We don't need any more of that. And plus, he's been nothing but injury-plagued since we traded him away. So great deal by Brett Veach trading him off for what we got for him, to be quite honest about it. But yeah, did you pull it up? Let's take a look at that in just a second. Real quick, guys, though, I wanted to share something with you guys. We're really excited about this. We have a new sponsor for 2026 for this freaking podcast. It is Prize Picks, and we're super excited to be working with them. Can't wait for you guys to check it out. It's an awesome platform. Just watch this real quick. We will be right back.
Chiefs Kingdom, we have officially partnered with Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. Prize Picks is a daily fantasy sports platform. It's distinctly separate from a traditional sports book, and it's the absolute best way to add some extra heat to every single game. The app is incredibly easy to use. You aren't playing against sharks. You're just picking more or less on an individual player projection. Think Kenneth Walker's total rushing yards per game, more or less. Travis Kelce's total touchdowns in 2026, only 4, More or less. You just pick at least 2 players, lock in your lineup, and you're in the action. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, Florida, and right here in the heart of America, Missouri and Kansas. One thing we love is the new public feed. You can actually find and follow us directly on the app at All Chiefed Up. You'll be able to see our live lineups and tell our picks before we even post them here on the channel or our other social media platforms. So if you haven't joined yet, just download the app and use code HMA when you sign up. When you play your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in lineups instantly. Click the link in the description, use code HMA, and remember to always play responsibly. Now back to the show.
Let's freaking go, guys. If you don't have Prize Picks, download that app, use that code HMA. And yeah, we're pretty excited to have that sponsor for 2026, and we appreciate you, Barbara. Congratulations, she says.
Yeah, it's a big one, Steve.
It is.
Look, they actually come here, and they didn't have to go till the next season, but they wanted to jump on during our draft coverage because our draft coverage has been blowing it up pretty.
Yeah. They said our draft
recently.
coverage was badass, is what they said.
Yeah, so look, I'll take it. We'll get in before the draft, and I just looked today, and last month, all draft coverage, dude, we hit 2 million plays in a single month, which is pretty big. So look, thanks to everybody that's watching the draft. Look, we're in the home stretch here. We're in April. This is when it all pays off. We put in a lot of work with draft. It's time to make it pay off. And big shout out for Prize Picks, man. I've actually downloaded the app, and I've actually liked it. I've had some fun with it. I've been picking NBA games, so I'm not very good. But otherwise, sometimes LeBron James screws me over.
Yeah, he's old now.
He's just old.
You got to be
careful.
careful.
So just go with Luka.
You know how it is in your 40s. You don't know how you're going to feel that day. So you got to give them a little bit of
it's
grace.
Like LeBron James, 12 points, over, under. And I'm like, smashing the more on 12 points. And then it's like, LeBron James played 2 minutes tonight.
Yeah, and I know you guys don't like ads and stuff like that, and I completely understand that. But also, it helps your boys eat. It helps us keep going. It helps the channel grow.
Oh,
so
it
do
keeps
us a
the
favor.
channel
Let's be supportive
going.
And do what we got to do, baby. Let's freaking go. Peter Ortiz in the house. Let's go, Peter. He says, I'm late. Better late than never. Who did they sign? Kyre Elam.
Kyire Elam.
He was a first-round draft pick back in, was it 2022?
2022, I think.
The same year that Trent McDuffie was drafted by us. The Bills ended up taking him a couple picks later. Maybe did he go next pick? I can't remember for sure.
I don't remember.
But yeah, that's who we signed. And we talked about it. You can go back and watch us talk about it at the beginning when you have some time, Peter. But real low risk, high reward signing. I really like it. So let's freaking go. Our girl Brenda is also in the house. Been a member for 32 months plus. Let's keep that in mind. Finally realized you guys are the best. Congratulations, you guys. Love this channel. Brenda, you've been knowing this. You've been knowing this for years. Let's go.
Appreciate you, Brenda.
We appreciate you. You're awesome. Thanks for your support always. And then we got Barbara with the 10
Barbara.
bomb. Let's freaking go, Barbara. She
Let's go.
says, how do we feel about cornerback Elam being a Chief? Dude, it's like, I don't know. I'm not like super excited about it because it's like a project. But at the same time, knowing how depleted that the secondary is, in particular the corner position, I think it's smart. I think it's a very smart signing by Brett Veach. It's his MO. You go get a guy that got great coming out of college, drafted high, first round pick, hasn't turned out. Maybe we can get it out of him. And, maybe we can, Mike. Really good at developing corners in Kansas City. Maybe we can figure out the puzzle that is Kyre Elam and get him rolling, dude. Because if he could play at the level he was playing in Florida in college, it would be a great signing. Like all of a sudden, it'd be crazy. A lot of people would be like, how do the Chiefs continue to do this kind of stuff?
Right. Steve, you hit the nail on the head. I think it was just smart. It was smart. Almost feels like a necessity at this point to just put some veterans in the room, see what we can get out of them. I'm not mad at the deal. I think it's a decent one.
Yeah. Our boy Brian Parrott says, hit that like button. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this out to as many people as possible.
I've actually found Trevor Sikkema's big board. I don't even have to do a mock draft. You just want to bring up the big board and look at it really quick before we do the draft?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's wild.
Yeah,
I just
Barbara,
give it a quick look.
Dave Merritt's a magician. Let's go.
Absolutely. I just give it a quick look. Okay. The first few picks I'm with. I think I'm right there with him with Caleb Downs, number 1. Mm-hmm. Ruben Bain, number 2. I'm right there. Jeremiah Love, number 3. I'm right there. I think that's my top 3.
Yeah. That makes sense. Keep going.
Sonny Styles, number 4. Look, it's hard to put a linebacker at number 4. I know Sonny Styles is a freak athlete. right now, I have Sonny Styles at number 6. So I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm,
it's
I'm
not
not
far off.
gonna fight you with it.
Not
Okay.
far off.
Arvell Reese number 5. Okay, cool.
Okay.
He's gonna be a tough one. Dylan
This is
Thieneman
crazy.
number 6 is where
Why
it starts.
is everybody so
going
horned up about
wild.
Dylan Thieneman? Because not only did he have him ranked 6, which was something that I wanted you to see, but I also saw some shorts from some other draft channels. And there are guys on there talking about how, oh, I really like Caleb Downs. He's a smart player, but he's just not as good as Dylan Thieneman. And I'm like, what tape are you guys watching? Like, I'm lost on that one, dude. That one blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, Thieneman's a decent. I mean, he's better than decent. Okay, he's a great athlete. He's supposedly run a 4.36. I think he's got good range and everything. The problem is sometimes he runs right by the play, and his momentum will take him out of the play sometimes.
I think he's good
a lot of the
too,
times,
but I just think Caleb Downs
Right.
is better.
I think Thieneman gets beat on play action a lot when he's close to the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of things that I think in his man-to-man coverage, I think he's a little late sometimes. So if you get him squared up on, like, say, a Kenyon Sadiq at the next level, safety comes down and guards, the tight end, he's probably not going to keep up with Sadiq too well. So, look, it is what it is. I've got Thieneman rated as a first-round pick. He's number
rolling.
23.
Let's check this out. We'll just look at the
not
top,
number
say,
6.
20 players. Just scroll it.
Mendoza 7,
Okay.
cool. Jamon McCoy and Delayed right there at 8
Yep.
and 9.
Yep.
Cool, I'm fine with it. Mesidor
Akeem
at 10
Mesidor
is wild.
at 10 is crazy. And I love Akeem Mesidor. I like Thieneman too, but I don't know if I don't have either of those in my top 10. I just
No,
don't.
Thieneman is my number 26
Yeah.
or 23. Dude, Akeem Mesidor is my defensive end 6. It's Sycama's defensive end 2. He is above David Bailey. I haven't seen David Bailey yet. Have you?
That's what I'm saying, brother. Keep rolling.
Makai Lemon. So this is his wide receiver 1.
Yep.
Avion Terrell is his CB3, and he
Yeah.
puts him at 12.
I like Avion Terrell. 12's a little wild.
12, the best player of this draft is wild. Spencer Fano, okay. Where's Maui Noah?
Yeah.
Not here. So, okay. Spencer Fano, cool. Probably going to get kicked down to guard. Oli Ione, he is a good guard. 14 is legit for him. McNeil Warren, another guy. That's crazy. 3 safeties in the top 15 is wild.
Yes.
Jordan Tyson.
Maybe Trevor Sycamore just loves the safety position.
Right. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver 2, ranked 16. That's about legit. David Bailey, though, 17th overall is wild. Cardell Tate, wide receiver 3 at 18. Blake Miller at tackle 2. Denzel Boston at 20. Maui Noah at tackle 3 at 21 is crazy. Kenyon Sadiq at 22. Hey, look, Kenyon Sadiq needs to be in everybody's top 15. If you're not, you're crazy.
Yeah,
But
you're wild.
at 22, I'll at least say this.
What?
Yeah, I'll at least say at 22, that's close. That might be close to where he gets drafted even.
What about Pawns at 23, bro?
God, you scared the hell out of me when you got in the mic and did that because I'm not looking at the screen and I just heard it in my ears. I almost crapped. Why did you do that?
At 23.
D'Angelo Pons at 23 is wild. Like, I like D'Angelo Pons, but he is not CB4. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
I could give you, he could arguably be CB4, CB5, but I don't think 4 quarterbacks are top 23 players of this draft.
No, I think we can go ahead and end this experiment.
C.G. Allen, Caden Proctor. C.J. Allen at 24 is wild.
Yeah, dude, it just goes to show you this is how different people see these players. So when you get to the draft and it's not exactly what you thought, don't be surprised. It happens every year.
Right, because if NFL teams are ranking like Sycamore, you're going to see some wild stuff.
Absolutely. Virgil with the 5 bomb says, do you guys think we'll put the Chiefs? Who do you guys think will put the Chiefs over the top in terms of drafting or a player? And do you feel as though it would be beneficial to move to Kansas? So a little loaded question here. But I think that the player that could put the Chiefs over the top in terms of drafting would have to come as an edge rusher to me, somebody that could help get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Now, it could be 2 different things. It could either be they move up and get Reuben Bain or David Bailey or somebody like that, and it's just somebody that can get some pressure from the outside. Or what if they were to grab Caleb Banks and he were to be Chris Jones Jr. in there, something like that? I think any player that can help get more pressure on the quarterback, because we have sucked at it,
Yeah.
I think that's the name of the game. I think that's what's going to be the most, beneficial for the Chiefs to help put them over the top.
I actually think in terms of getting the Chiefs to a good spot, as in, like you said, I won't say necessarily over the top, but I think the number one thing that's been wrong with this team for a long time, besides offensive staleness, which a lot of that's just Andy Reid, his refusal to run the ball and just getting stale, it's pass rush. We've got to have some people to get after the quarterback, and once you do, linebackers play better. Your run game gets better. Your defensive backs get better. Everybody gets better. You start putting pressure on the quarterback. You get more offensive possessions for your for your offense. It all gets better. So I would say we got to have some pass rushers here. Is it beneficial to move to Kansas? I don't want to leave Arrowhead Stadium, but I do understand that it's 2026, and we all need to upgrade in life, I guess.
Right. No one wanted to leave the other stadium either and go to Arrowhead, but then that turned out to be the greatest decision of all time. I'm not saying that would be the same thing.
If you're not moving forward, you're getting left behind.
That's the thing about it. Like, I'm right there with everybody else. I mean, Arrowhead is the Mecca, right? You don't want to go away from that. It holds a special place in everybody's heart. It's the most amazing place on earth. You go there on a Sunday, and that place is packed and rocking, and there's nothing like it. It's amazing, and it sucks and it's sad that will come to an end, but all things come to an end, Mike. And I do think that this organization, they've took a major step in the last 10 years, and I think that the players and the organization, I think it's owed to them to have a better, more up-to-date facilities and stadium and stuff like that. And I get it from the business perspective and everything like that. And I do think, and I know I'm not from there, I don't have a dog in the fight, but I do think that people are kind of overplaying the whole Missouri-Kansas thing. It's Kansas City. It's right there. It's 20 minutes up the road. Everybody's still going to love the Chiefs, even though you say you're not going to. We all know that's a lie. Let's go. I think it'll be all right. Mike, we got Perry with 5 gifted memberships.
Perry,
let's freaking go. Appreciate you, Perry.
Brother.
Let's go. Let's grow that crew. And speaking of, one more time, because Peter Ortiz said, I'm going to give you 10 gifted memberships, y'all.
Let's go, Peter. Appreciate you, brother.
Let's freaking go, Peter. You guys are awesome. Let's get this crew built up, baby. Get our members-only live streams hopping. We just gave away a signed Ashton Gelati jersey on our March members-only live stream that we just did at the end of March. We'll have something locked and loaded for you guys this month, too. It should be fun. We'll let you know when we come up with it. But I really appreciate you guys gifting out those memberships. That's awesome. Let's go. And we got our boy Flapjack in the house with the 2-bomb. Says that 70s P-Star chest hair on Steve's got me going. Got Flapjack a little horned up. I'm distracting everybody today.
Put it away. Put it away. Make sure it don't
better?
pop out the little
little hole there.
The little buttonhole there. What if you had one long hair out the buttonhole? That's what I'm hoping.
One long hair out the buttonhole. There might be, you never know. But yeah, since you guys are gifting out memberships, that's freaking awesome. I think I will do the same.
Let's go.
Let's see. We'll do 5 from us right now if I can figure out how to do it. Here we go.
What's up, Cody Rhodes? What's up?
Cody Rhodes
I love
is in
Cody
the
Rhodes.
house. Let's go.
But you want to know what's awesome? I've been loving Danhausen.
Danhausen.
Dude, I'm a Danhausen
Very nice,
guy.
very evil.
He said, I can't even do it. He's too funny. You are cursed. It's great.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I gifted out 5 memberships. Let's grow that crew, baby. You guys,
go.
welcome to the crew, by the way. Let's go. Always a good time on the members only stream, so take advantage of it. Also, if you got gifted a membership, I highly suggest you guys, if you enjoy it whatsoever, for whatever reason, you'll get some extra live streams, you'll get some vertical live stream replays. We're thinking about doing another video series for members only while it's still in the off season. If you guys enjoy it, I highly encourage you to go get the subscription. Because when you're gifted a membership, it will run out after the month is over and you will not be a member anymore. But if you go subscribe, it'll automatically just take $4.99 a month out of your bank account or whatever, and you'll stay a member. And shout out Cheston Fox for becoming a member.
Go.
Let's freaking go, man. Appreciate you.
Welcome to the Trick Greed level, baby.
Let's go. Man, what else we want to talk about? We got a lot of stuff going on with the Chiefs lately, and the draft is coming up.
Right. We could do a. You want to do a Trevor Sikkema mock for the last 20 minutes?
I don't know.
We'll
What
just
do you
do
guys
4
think?
rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds. We won't do the full thing.
Let's just do a quick.
Chiefer says let's talk about the refs.
Yeah, let's talk about the refs, man. I don't know why they took the year off last year, and now, and that made the Chiefs suck. And now, all of the people that helped the Chiefs, get to that dynasty level, they're not going to be there. They're going to have replacements. So this is going to be a tough year for the Chiefs.
Dude, this is going to be a bad year no matter what. Like, why can't we just get real officials with jobs and a
Bro,
and a
there is
paycheck?
no reason that $1 billion organization cannot hire referees.
Are you afraid it's going
What
to
are
cause
we
people to
doing?
think that they're like bought and paid for? Because people already complain about this every game, every single NFL game. The refs cheat. So what are we worried about?
Yeah,
Just pay
dude.
some good refs.
Well, that's
and
the
let's
thing.
go.
Like, they don't have to be it doesn't have to be employed by the NFL, but maybe there is a third party that the NFL can get a contract with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that way they can't say, oh, well, it's the NFL's own referees and they're cheating and they're making things go the way they want it in script, blah, 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 blah. But maybe
Yeah.
just find a good third party, pay those guys, and let it roll, man, because they need to come up with something. It's wild.
I hear you.
Peter
What's
says
up,
we
Randy?
should
How are
do-
you, brother?
Peter says we should do a live chest waxing on air. No, Peter.
That's going to hurt. Barbara says, Mike, been really enjoying the shorts on the lesser-known prospects. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, I'm trying to throw these out. Anytime I hear that the Chiefs are specifically somewhere watching a specific person, I'm trying to give you a little bit of info about that and how they could fit with the team. By the end of it, I'm probably going to talk about 100 guys. The Chiefs are going to literally draft 7 or 8. So I'm not saying by any means when I show these, I'm not saying this is the pick I want. This is the pick all chiefed up ones. This is like, we're just literally trying to give you a little bit of info. Some guy got mad the other day. He was like, this channel is so stupid because every single prospect you guys think is amazing. I'm like, I don't think they're amazing. I'm telling you what they are and how they could fit. Chill out. Take a
Dude,
chill
I
pill.
was actually
and have
laughing
fun in
about
the
that.
pit. And then I put them right in the pit.
I was laughing about that the other day because I think I watched the short. It popped up on my feed, the Eli Heidenreich.
Yeah.
And I saw where somebody's like, quit hyping this trash up. And it's like, we're literally telling you about a player.
Didn't hype anything. I literally just told you what he did in college and how his
Bro,
fit would be.
Look, man, we're just trying to inform your tiny little feeble brain about these players.
Yeah,
that way
some
you
of
know
the-
about them before the draft.
Hey, some of those big brains out there know everything. So start your own channel there, buddy.
There's some wild ones out there.
So many people's got such, like that guy, dude, they love it. I wish they would apply to be like our manager or something. And if I could somehow afford
Yeah.
it, I'd let you come on. We'd be the hugest channel in America, according to this guy. out here.
I'll stick with being the #1 independent Chiefs channel out there. That's what
People
I'll
argue
do.
that.
Yeah, no. Well, it's just me and you, man. That's the way we're going to keep it. It's more
Yeah.
organic. Makes more sense. We're for the people. We're
Organic.
for the people. We're the people's channel, Mike.
Steve, when you start bringing in people, when you start hiring a crew, they start writing your stuff. You don't sound the same. They
Yeah.
start scripting your videos.
You
They don't sound the same.
got management getting you pumped out to
Yeah, you got
hundreds of
management throwing you
thousands
out.
of people that probably don't really care about
Don't know if I want it.
you. I don't know.
I
about
would prefer to just do what we do it well, grab our own sponsors like Prize Picks, shout out Prize Picks, and move from there, man. They keep us going. They keep us afloat. That's all we need. We're going to keep putting out good Chiefs content.
We're going to be as real as we can be. Just 2 Chiefs fans talking trash.
2 idiots
every day.
talking football.
For better or for worse. That's what it is. Mike, let's do a quick mock draft with Trevor Sikkema's top 100. I just want to see how weird it turns out. So let's do one real quick. Brian, haven't heard a damn thing from Buck or Bob. I don't know what's going on there, but I hope they're okay. I haven't heard from either of them in a while.
Yeah, well, usually, like, Bob will usually, like, shoot us a message on Twitter or something.
Or he'll be
I
on a
haven't heard
stream.
from him. Yeah.
It's very weird to not see him on a stream.
I hope we didn't piss Bob off somehow. Like, I don't think I pissed him off.
What did you do to Bob, dude?
I don't think I've done nothing to Bob. If I have, I sincerely apologize. I don't think I've done anything.
Chiefer right off the rip says straight up. I tell you what we're going to do. We're not going to do trades, and let's not do any trades, and let's just go pick for pick for pick, because I really just want you to see how the board falls in comparison to how it normally does when you're just
When you're using Trevor
excuse me,
Sikkema's.
when you're using the normal PFF
Oh, yeah, so Caleb Downs goes number 1 overall, according to Trevor Sikkema.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This is wild.
So where does Mendoza even get drafted at this point if he don't go number 1?
Dude, imagine the Raiders completely ignoring quarterback and just grabbing a safety.
Wait, they're pairing him up with
the Browns? That might be a good backup plan there.
Oh, my God. Look at this board sitting here for the Chiefs at number 9 with Trevor Sikkema's top 100.
Dude, this would be insanity.
McCoy delayed. I would be so mad if my number 1 pick was Akeem Mesidor. Do you realize this one don't grade you, though, does it?
No, so you can make this quick.
So you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, you can speed it up and everything. Let's just make the picks real quick. But I just wanted you to get an idea. So if this board set like this, and these people were actually here, I'm like, who are you taking? You're taking David Bailey all day.
I would 100% take David Bailey. Now, look, Spags may not take David Bailey. He may not like David Bailey, but I'm taking David Bailey. He's the best player on the board by far, except for in Trevor Sikkema's world. And this may be the reason he got let go by PFF. Trevor, if you're watching Trevor, I love you, brother.
They saw us top 100, and they're like, okay, enough's enough. We're firing everybody. Everybody's laid off.
I love the draft exchange. Your channel, I love it, brother. But that top 100 is wild. Okay.
All right, keep it moving.
Let's give us David Bailey.
Yeah, and speed this
That's
bad
where
boy
I'm going.
up.
I'll speed it up a little bit. I kind of liked watching how the picks went.
I just want to see who's there when we draft
Just
again.
to see how stupid it was. Mesidor goes 13. Okay. I'm fine. Look, what do you think Mesidor could ever possibly go as high as 13 or just no? I don't think Mesidor gets drafted over Kenyon Sadiq.
I think Mesidor could definitely make it into the first round.
D'Angelo Pons goes in the first round.
Top 15.
Dude, we almost got Maui Noah and didn't even trade up, guys.
Right.
How crazy would it be if you could take David Bailey and trade it up to get Maui Noah? What a draft.
Okay, go to the big board. Let's look at that.
We're on the big board right here.
Exactly. Scroll down a little bit because we got to see. We got to look down
Miller,
quite a bit because we don't know what he's done here.
Hossey, Monroe Freeling. I like Monroe Freeling here. That'd be a nice
think
pick.
So too. I was thinking
TJ Parker, Brandon Cisse,
Caleb Banks. Man, there's some players.
Peter Woods is ranked 45th.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead and take Peter Woods now because he's not going to be there at 29, but we're going to take him because he's available.
What do you mean? You don't think he'll be there at 40? I thought we were just playing out his draft board to see what we could get, not what we would do because we're going to be reaching.
Well, if that's the case, then let's just make a ridiculous lineup here.
Well, you're reaching. I think if you pick our board, you would take Christian Miller or you would take Monroe Freeling.
Just go ahead and double up on the edge rusher and get TJ Parker.
I don't want to do that. It would be Christian Miller or Monroe Freeling.
Freeling.
I actually like Christian Miller better. I think he's better. But we'll take Freeling.
Yeah, but you're going to turn around and get Caleb Banks.
Well, we think.
Or Peter Woods.
We hope.
Oh, they'll be there.
Somebody might be there, it looks like. Christian Miller goes. Peter Woods goes. This is, Steve, I'm telling you, yes, Caleb Banks is here. Caleb Banks is here. But this is just so easy to explain to people. This is why you do not count your chickens, because people can take random people. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't do that in a draft scenario.
Banks it is. Easy right here.
Not Chris Johnson. CB.
No.
You take, okay.
Banks has way higher upside. He could be a game wrecker.
He could also be a guy that just sits on the IR 24/7.
He could also be that, too. You never know.
Because that's all he did in Florida.
Isn't that everybody else, though?
Hey, guys, you know how I love Gabe Backus, right? Steve, you know I've been a Gabe Backus guy forever. Mm-hmm. I went back and watched more Gabe Backus film yesterday, and I got a little bit concerned. I seen a little bit of a chink in the armor of Gabe Backus, and I'm going to tell you what it is. Every good pass rush rep, he was coming out of a standing position, and the Chiefs do not like to do that.
It's fine. They got to let guys
and it scares me a little bit. So I'm like, can he put his head in the dirt and get off like Spags would want? I don't know. And it scares me.
I think they should start letting guys stand on the edge if they want. I mean, what's the big deal?
Same here. Kyle Lewis on the board is
Chandler Rivers.
Killer pick. Devin Moore, I do like Chandler Rivers here. I think I would go Chandler Rivers. I think he shuts down the slot really well, and especially with Kaiir Elam being brought in to play the boundary.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle Lewis would be a hell of a pick there, but I would go with the corner.
Yeah, I don't know if linebacker necessarily is that big of a need for us.
Calhoun says Backus was a 2-time state champ wrestler at Florida.
Yeah, he was. Dude, I love Gabe Backus.
Hey, and just so you guys know, Cody Rhodes, as he's leaving, he says, before I go, I'm not turning heel, guys. He's going to stay.
Yes.
He's going to stay a good guy.
Let's go. Cody.
The American Nightmare.
Steve, speaking of wrestling, dude, have you watched the Zac Efron movie where he played a wrestler?
No.
That movie is amazing. You got to watch it.
Okay.
It's like one of those films like Peanut Butter Falcon or something. Like one of those like cool films.
Well, you'll have to tell me what it's called. All right, let's check this out here. What do we got?
So who have we taken so far? Edge, tackle, interior, and a corner. I think the Chiefs maybe look at wide receiver at this point if we can.
Yeah, see what's available.
Maybe even an edge rusher that would fit Spags' mold.
He might have Carnell Tate still on the board.
He would probably have LT Overton here. Spags. Oh, yeah, what would he take
I don't
here?
see wide receivers. He might have put them all up really high. He got
Reggie Virgil. Oh, man. Patrick Mahomes is crying right now to take this guy at 109. And look, according to Sycamore, this is where you'd have to take him.
Yeah.
Let's take him just for Patrick. Here, Pat, for you, buddy. I'm going to give you this one.
All right.
Patrick Mahomes gets Reggie Virgil. He called into the show. He said, hey, guys, take Virgil. I'm going to take him.
Dang,
Appreciate
Patrick.
you, brother.
Your rich ass could have at least gave us a 10 bomb to take Virgil.
I know. Daggone.
Come
Pat.
on, dude. You made $500 million.
This dude makes more money to poop than I make in a year. It's incredible.
Let's go. The movie Zac Efron's in is called Iron Claw, Sean
It is
says.
awesome, dude.
I have to check it out.
It is so good. It's the wrestling family. The Texas Tornado. You remember him?
Dude, that's
Kerry
just
Von
crazy.
Erich.
When you really look into like the bloodlines thing, like what's his name? Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
There are so many of those dudes that are related. Like they're all family, and it goes way back. And it is crazy how deep that family runs in wrestling. It's
This
nuts.
touches on the Von Erich curse. So, like, that name was said to be cursed.
Okay.
And, boy,
Hey,
watching the movie.
because of Danhausen.
Bro.
I bet he went back
Danhausen
in
may
time
have
and cursed him.
Danhausen should go. He should erase the curse for him and be a good guy. Here we go.
Curse.
Here's who we got on the board. Dallin Bentley. I kind of like that pick at 141. You get your tight end.
Okay.
You got Nick Singleton. You've got Devin Marshall. You could always take a tackle, Isaiah Worlds, but we did take Freeling.
We got Freeling. Yeah.
I like Joe Royer, but I do think Dallin Bentley's got more upside there.
Go down in Bentley. We'll just hit all the little needs here.
What's his name?
Ephesians price.
Dan Harms is like loves Ephesians price. Like I feel like Dan Harms would possibly hold hands with him.
Is that why there's always some random person in our comments that's like,
maybe they
watch.
watch.
is the best player in
Yeah,
this
like
draft.
he posted today on X about how he just loves Ephesians. Look, I like him too. I think he's just a little big for what Spags likes. I don't know if Spags has ever had a 6'4" corner in here. Has he? Am I wrong?
Look, bro, I could be wrong here too, but I don't think Ephesians price is going to be a game changing pick. Like,
What if you're so wrong? Look,
I could
Dimmings is
be.
on the board.
Charles Demings, on the other hand.
He's 167. You might be able to get him at 169. We could double up corners because he would play outside, whereas Chandler Rivers has got your slot on lock. I like that one. We need to go up because we don't
Who we
know
taking?
what. I think
Dallin
we take
Bentley.
Dallin Bentley.
Yeah, do it.
Let's take the tight end here. Let's address the tight end. So far, I'm not really Look, I don't like Sycamores top 100, but I like the way the draft looks. The draft I would take in a heartbeat.
Jamie says 29 and 74 to the Jets for number 2. Get Bain or Bailey. I'd prefer Bailey, then get Downs at 9. So they would never give us number 2 for pick 29 and 74.
Yeah, I don't think they could. I don't think that
Never
works
in a
out.
million years they would do that. That is not nearly
Steve, I'm
enough.
taking your guy just to move on. Charles Dimmings.
Okay,
We
thank
doubled
you.
corner.
Yeah, so I think to get to number 2 from number 9, you're going to have to give up 29, maybe 40, maybe that third from next year. Like you're going to have to really invest to get up into the top 5. And then Downs could be there at 9 because of the medical stuff and everybody getting all horned up about Dylan Thieneman randomly. But I don't know if he'll be there at number 9 either, to be honest.
Same. Dude, why does he have Jaden Canaday so far down the board?
I don't know.
Wild. Dude, I'm just looking how far down the board he's got some of these guys, and it is incredible. Vincent Anthony Jr. at 231. Taylor Green at 233.
Lorenzo
Rasul
Styles.
Fulton. Sire Wright. None of these guys are going to be here at 240.
All right, pick one.
Yeah, it don't really matter who we pick at this point.
Nah.
Let's take Malik Benson because we brought him in on top 30.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just take
dude,
him.
there's been a lot of talk about Malik Benson.
Hey, who put y'all on to Malik Benson back in the day?
Hey, I'm telling you, look, a little bit insight there. When I do my mock draft 2.0,
You got Benson going?
he very well could be one of them Chiefs picks. I'm telling
Steve.
you. I've been reading a lot of stuff.
it's been over a month I've been putting people on to Malik Benson. You remember me saying that?
The Chiefs are very, very interested in Malik Benson.
Because it's a Chiefs.
Yeah.
It was a Chiefs thing. Steve, David Bailey, Monroe Freeling, Caleb Banks. Reminder, we didn't move up or down. So Bailey, Freeling, Banks, Rivers, Virgil, Bentley, Demings, and Malik Benson. Dude, if the Chiefs come out with that draft, I think I would be pretty pleased.
Yeah,
I'd be more than pleased, honestly, because if Banks hits, you've got a hell of a defensive line. You've now got a corner that plays the slot and shuts that down, just like, maybe not to McDuffie's level, but he's pretty good. Monroe Freeling is right tackle of the future for the rest of Mahomes' career. Mahomes wanted Virgil, so you pair him with Malik Benson, and then you've got Demings, a little bit of a project, and a tight end in the tank. I don't hate it.
Right. Let's see here. Who said that?
I don't hate it.
Grayskull says, do the Raiders still take Mendoza after signing Kirk?
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I mean, look,
he's just going to be there to help develop.
He is literally doing the same thing that he did in Atlanta.
Yeah. Dude, his agent, best agent on the planet.
He don't even have to play a game, just making bang.
This dude makes more money. I think he's made more money than anybody in the game of football than one other dude. I don't remember who it is.
Brian Parrott says Kubiak don't want to start Mendoza. I think they're going to bring him in and play him right off the rip. But, I mean, they could give him the Patrick Mahomes treatment and let him play behind for a whole season. Wouldn't be a bad
Mendoza
idea.
at his pro day the other day looked really good, though. I mean, he threw one up probably 70 yards, and it looked effortlessly. Like, I think Mendoza's a baller.
He is. He absolutely is. Let's go.
I was
What's
watching
up, Justin?
Mendoza back at Cal when he used to play with in California. He threw some good balls there, too. Like, that kid's been decent for a while.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected, Iron Press. I didn't think that the Raiders would go do that, but, I mean, it might not be a bad idea. Wouldn't it be more of a Raiders thing to not have a plan B and just draft a quarterback first in draft and then be a complete bust?
Dude, I think the Raiders are making better moves this year already with Tom Brady's help. I'm surprised Brady just didn't come back. Brady could have came back.
I saw where there was some talk there for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have started a few weeks. If he starts to suck or you don't want to tarnish his legacy, you just say, look, I'm stepping over to let Mendoza play because I'm not going to play forever. I own this team. Has an owner ever played for the team? That would have been fun.
I don't think that's allowed, actually.
Is it not?
Probably not.
So Mahomes, he basically owns the Chiefs, so he's not allowed to play?
No, I don't know. I know there's a lot of things that he cannot do because he's...
Well, Mahomes owns the Raiders, so how's he allowed to play versus Vegas?
That's a good question. Guys, appreciate y'all being here today. Do us a favor. Hit that like button on the way out if you have not done that already. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you freaking waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Hang out with us more often. We're trying to get this bad boy up to 100,000 subscribers. Ultimately, that's the goal. We need your help. So share us out with friends, family, NFL fans, Chiefs fans, whatever. Just share us out. Help your boys out a little bit. I want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Go download it. If you don't have it, use that promo code HMA. And we'll catch you next time, Chiefs Kingdom. Let's go.
Get wild.